Hey guys, Katie from Mitza Creek Farm here, and we are on our way to Menards to go pick up cedar boards so that we can build some things for our greenhouse. The first project we're going to be working on is a stand so that we can put all of our seedlings on it, like a seed starting stand. And we are going to start the seeds in our basement, but then when it gets warmer, we're going to move them out to the high tunnel. And so we are going to be doing that. That seed starting stand will also help for putting pumpkins on it this fall and letting them cure. So it'll be like a dual purpose thing. And then the second project we're going to be working on are building raised beds for the high tunnel. So we are on our way to Menards. I have all the board calculations written down, saved, everything, so that hopefully we're not in here all day trying to pick out lumber. It's got to be at least 2 pounds, huh? It's heavy. We'd lose that in a snowbank in no time.
Why?
Because it'd sink right to the bottom. That's pretty cool.
What are they? Like, what is that thing? Aliens. Ah.
So I'm gonna getting this one because it's 4 by 6 feet tall by 24, so it would be 4 shelves would be 4 by 24. But it's $90, so it'd be super easy to like put together and everything. But I wasn't sure how stable it would be. It's this one.
Guys, it's the fencing class. Mom, there's some hardware cloth down here too.
Here. 24 inches by 8 feet. So you get 1 row per 2 shelf. And it's enamel coated, so it's not going to rust.
It's 2 rows. So you $16 worth.
Yep. And that was on my Put it in the car. We are actually using the 6-foot dog-eared cedar fence pickets that you can get for just a few dollars at a hardware store. So that makes this really affordable. The expensive part is that I am using hardware cloth on it, and I'm using a coated hardware cloth on it. So that's the expensive part, but you don't have to do that. You can use something cheaper. You can even use some of these cedar fence pickets and put them across, and that would help cut down the cost as well. I just wanted something that was light and that water would drain through, because I also have another use for this in the future when I'm not doing starts, and I'll explain that as we go on. But it should be pretty simple. What you need to build this stand is 6 6-foot boards, 6 4-foot boards, and 6 2-foot boards. And that'll make a 4 by 2 stand that has 3 shelves, and each shelf should be able to fit 4 10-20 trays. So I'm doing mine 3 high because I want extra room in there so that I can put pumpkins and that kind of stuff when I'm curing them, or when I'm washing and drying them. I want to have that room for pumpkins. So the 6-foot boards are for each corner, and then support in the center. And so those will be the ones that go vertical. The other ones, the 4-foot and the 2-foot, are actually going to be, like, this will be the front, and then the 2-foot will be the sides. So they will be like this. And so this is what you are going to make the frame of your stand with. And then you'll need some sort of wire or some sort of topping for each shelf. I'm using hardware cloth, and I'm doing that so that I can have lots of airflow so that the pumpkins will be able to dry off quicker. I know some people probably would want to use cedar, and you could put some boards across. The thing I like about this is that you can actually make it so that you can add more shelves. And the super easy part about this is that these are cedar fence pickets. They're 6 foot long. And so what Owen did is he just ripped them on the table saw in half. So they are normally about 6 inches. So that would be what, 5 and a half, 5 3/4, probably 5 3/4, and cut down. So cut down they're 2 5/8. And so I'm going to be able to get out of my one shelf, I'm going to be able to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Out of one shelf, I'll be able to only use 9 of these cedar pickets. And so they were under $3 a piece. So that's $27 at the most that I have into this, other than the hardware cloth. Hardware cloth, as you know, is expensive, so that's why I really think it should be up to other people. They might have something else they want to use, something they just have laying around the house, or they could get a few more of the cedar pickets and they can run these across so that the 10-20 trays have more support. But like I said, I want the pumpkins to air dry really well, and so I am using the hardware cloth. I'm doing this in the house because it is the quietest right now. The kids, I was going to do this in the high tunnel, and the kids are all down there, and I'd have to lug all of my tools down there, and it's like 70 in there right now, and they are all having fun and playing, and so I figured it's nice and quiet in here. I would do this in the house and give them a chance to play outside where it's warm, because it's a nice warm day. It's about 26 Fahrenheit outside, and so they are able to play outside kind of like it's summer in the high tunnel, which is great. So the plan is that I'm going to take 2 6-foot boards and screw 3 of the 2-foot boards to it, almost like a ladder, and these are going to be spaced out for the heights that I want the shelves. I'm going to repeat that for another set of 6-foot and 2-foot boards so that I have 2 ends that I'm going to use for the stand. Next, I'm going to take the 4-foot boards and screw them across, attaching the 2 ends, and then I'm going to roll out the hardware cloth and staple it down. And then finally, I'm going to put my 3rd set of 6-foot boards in the center just for additional support for each shelf. I was running out of time, and so I decided to get the one shelf put on permanently and get it put into place so that I can get this out of my living room. And in tomorrow's video, I will show you how I finish the rest of it, and we will get our seeds planted. But for today, I feel pretty dang proud on this design that I made, and I'm hoping that it works great for us.